The next utility we're going to look at here, as far as concerning Windows forensics, is the ipconfig utility. Now, getting information about the status of a network interface card which is connected to a system can be extremely important to the investigation. So, for instance, today you have laptops, and they come built in with wireless interface cards. So you might not know just by looking at the desktop whether the system is connected to a wireless access point, and if so, what IP address is it using. So knowing the status of the interface card prior to a system being acquired can provide insight into a follow-on investigation. Now, like I said, the utility we're going to look at today is ipconfig, and this utility is native to the Windows system, and the investigator can use this utility to display information about the interface card and its status. And most of the time, the investigator is going to use the ipconfig with the switch all, or with the all switch. And it's going to display the network configuration of the interface card on the system. So, and also this information includes the state of the interface card and whether DHCP is enabled, and also the IP address of the NIC and more. So let's go ahead and get started with this. And what I'm going to do is, like I've done in every other video, I'm going to have to open up a command line for this. So I'm going to go ahead and do that by hitting the Windows key on the keyboard and then hitting the R, and that'll open up my run dialog box. And I'm just going to go ahead and type in CMD and hit enter, and that once again it opens up the Windows command line utility. And what I'm going to do, and just to kind of give you an idea, is first I'm just going to type in ipconfig and hit enter. Now, as you can see, I've got two different IP addresses as of right now. And the reason I've got that is I've got it hooked up wirelessly, and I also have it hooked up to a switch. So that's going to may confuse you. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over here and change my adapter settings and disable my wireless so you can get a better understanding. And then what I'm going to do is just type in the ipconfig by itself again, and it just leaves me with the one IP address. Now, as I mentioned earlier, most of the time the investigator is going to use the ipconfig with the all switch. So I'm going to just go ahead and type that in there, and once again you just type in your basic ipconfig space, and then you're going to put in a /all. And that brings up all the information that is connected or has to do or that deals with your interface card. So we're looking at it here. Basic information right here. You can see your DNS servers right there. Let's see. Also, once again, you have your IP address right there where it says the 192.168.1.102. Of course, you see your default gateway and your date and time, your subnet mask, and you're also you see your physical address up there. And what the physical address is the IP address of the interface card. And as I had mentioned earlier, it also shows you whether your DHCP is enabled. So it is. So we're good to go. And you scroll down, it can give you additional information as well, but nothing that's real important, so nothing that we're really using right now. So there you go, that's your ipconfig and your ipconfig all. Now you might want this information, or excuse me, you might find this information useful during the investigation, because you might have network traffic logs to examine. And the IP address of the system could, never know. When you're coming into a situation for an investigation, you don't know whether the IP address of the system has been modified or at some point, or whether it hasn't. And then also, many web-based email servers such as Yahoo Mail and so forth record the IP address of the system from which an email was drafted in the header of the email. So it's a lot of information you can get just by doing a simple ipconfig and ipconfig all. So once again, I hope this information has been helpful to you as far as learning, as far as ipconfig and learning a little bit about the network status. Look for some future videos in regards to Windows forensics. And thanks. Bye.